I just got an email from Candace today, and Candace says, "Hey, I saw some internet marketers saying that IDX Broker isn't a good choice because they index the data back to their site rather than the IDX information going to my site." So she was asking about that. First of all, when IDX Broker sets up your new account, they will set it up for your domain name. So say you're at Realty Candy, it'd be something like realtycandy.idxbroker.com. They just do that for ease of setup. There's really no IDX Broker SEO benefit in showing a bunch of listings. So they're not trying to get anybody's Google juice by doing that. It's just an easy way to set it up. What they do allow us to do is change the custom subdomain on there. So instead of it being realtycandy.idxbroker.com, we can make it something better like homesearch.realtycandy.com or search.realtycandy.com or something like that, that gives credit back to our site. And so I think that's important. The second issue here is like, how much SEO benefit do you really get from IDX? And this is IDX Broker or any other IDX vendor out there. What I'm about to say is just based on my own personal beliefs, and I don't want any hate mails or comments or anything. But based on what I see, IDX listings will not bring you leads. So if you have a website, say in Houston, and you hook up IDX to it, you're not going to start getting like a really cool flow of just leads coming into you and people wanting to buy property from you because now you have IDX on your site. There's a couple reasons for that. One is everybody in Houston already has IDX. So if you would have been the first person doing it, then maybe that would have been a big deal. The other thing is that these properties don't really tend to show up a lot. Like if you search something like Houston real estate, you're not going to find a lot of IDX property listings. So I think that's really important. The second thing is that IDX doesn't really draw those leads into your site. It's more of a lead capture tool. So what happens is that IDX gives visitors to your site something to do. They come to your site because they found you in the search engines or from your Facebook page, or because you sent a client over there and you say, hey, on my site there's a search for homes in this neighborhood in Houston in your price range. Go take a look at it. I think you're going to like it. So that's the real value of IDX on your site. It's kind of a value add to people coming to your site. So now the third part of this is, where do I get leads from? How can I get leads to my real estate website? I personally believe there's only 3 sources for leads coming to your website. There's 3 ways to get traffic on your site. One is you send people there. When I was a real estate agent, I would just tell people, hey, go check out my website. So say if my website is realtycandy.com and I have all my information about my real estate market there, I'll just put on my business cards. If I do mail outs, when I talk to people in the street, talk to buyers, sellers, whatever, I'll just have everybody go check out my website. So that becomes an important part of it. That's the best way. The second best way is blogging. And that's just writing things about, today I went and looked at this property downtown. Here's a short video I made of it on YouTube, and maybe something that I find interesting about a property. If you do that consistently, whether they're your own listings or something you showed a client or whatever, then you're going to have a lot of content on your website. You could also write blog posts about maybe a challenge you ran into at a closing or something like that. Those blog posts become important too, and those are the things that you'll actually show up on the search engine results for specific neighborhoods or for specific questions that people have about real estate. The third way that you can get leads and traffic to your website, and again, I put these in what I consider order of value. The third way is Google ads or Facebook ads or some other type of ads. When you do those types of advertising, you can bring traffic into your site. It's typically a lower value traffic. You tend to get lower value leads, and it's easier to be honest with you, to get Google ads than it is to blog posts. You can pay somebody some money, they'll manage your Google ads, and they'll start having people show up at your website. Blogging kind of requires some effort. It's a little bit more difficult. So IDX is an important part. Once people get to your website, now you have something to show them. They have a place to search. They can save searches. They can save properties. They can do all these different things. But the IDX itself, I don't think, will bring leads into your website. It's something to do once you get to your website. And one last thing, I don't think Google gives you a whole ton of credit because you have all the IDX listings. You have all the property listings in your market. Again, because everybody else has those listings. I don't think they punish you as duplicate content either, but I think they just realize that it's property listings, and I personally believe that they kind of value it on a neutral thing where they don't really give you credit or take away from you. But that's it. So a little bit about IDX and SEO today. Thanks.